Yes, my people, I'm just gonna do a market recap now, so I don't have to do it later. So I'm just gonna go through the trade that I actually took. I know M&Q is normally delayed, but yeah, it should be fine now. Okay, cool. So going into today at 3 o'clock, and this is what I saw. So as I've hopped on the charts, this is what I've seen. So it looks like price was bearish, kind of done a little bit of range and stuff here. It looked like price was bearish here again, and then again, like this is what I saw when I hopped on the charts. It looked like price was rejecting off this 200 SMA. We came back, tapped something, searched something, da 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 da. So I just went back. I went to the 1 hour to see what was really going on, and then this is what I saw. So I saw a higher time frame SBS from here, but I was using almost like this origin zone, and obviously within here we had that's as my one, that's as my two, three. Obviously, we've swept 4, 5. So the reason why I potentially wouldn't have taken this trade is because of the SMA. So, anywho, for those that trade the 1 hour, what you have to do is just wait for price to flip bullish, which it looks like it's done now, and then you basically take the trade. You know, you literally basically take the trade. As you can see, it was making lower lows. Look low. Here was kind of consolidating, if I'm going to be completely honest, but overall we was making lower lows. See that? 4, 5. What happened? Took out this high, made a higher low, higher high. So it was already clear that price was technically kind of bullish, but this is me going like more in depth by using a 1 hour. So again, let me just go back to the 1 hour. So again, based off this, on the 5 minute, this was the break. Let me change the color. So on the 5 minute, this was the break. So we made a low, higher high, higher low, higher high. I know the wicks on the 1 hour chart, but these are valid candle closes on the, what's it called, 5 minute. So already you could tell that what price has technically flipped. So even so, you could have put price has technically flipped. But again, this is me trying to go more advanced. So we'll just go back to the 5 minute. So again, so this is what I saw in the 5 minute. So we had this lovely market structure break over here, or market structure shift, whatever you wanna call it, break of structure. I'm not really too fast. So it was quite a steep push down, but it was a valid market structure break, and like all of this space was empty, so it was a weird one in a way, but overall, remember, you follow the plan, you see a sup, you trade a sup, simple as. So what do we all know price normally does? Price is gonna come back, tap the origin or the SNDR. So I mean, this zone is valid because technically we haven't actually candle closed below, so we just took out some liquidity. However, it was just easier for me to use the origin. See that? So this was my origin. So this is my area of interest where I would like for price to tap into, potentially bounce from, and then continue making higher highs and higher lows. So we had an SBS within this origin zone, as this was my one, this was my two, this is my three. We've clearly swept, so 4, and then 5 is the move going back up, or the reversal, whatever you want to call it. So obviously we had that sweep there, 4, and you can say 5 is there or 5. It doesn't really matter. They do the same job. So, oh my bad, I even went a little bit too fast. Yeah, so this is what I saw at the time. So I was still a little bit like cautious, only because of that move up and then the strong move down. And yes, it looked like we was rejecting off the 200, but I was still quite cautious. So I did try go down to the 1 minute. Actually, wait, let me just draw out the fib from the low to the high. We also stuck the 618 really nicely, but again, I was still quite cautious. So when I go down to the 1 minute, again, you can see how the SPS plays out nicely. 1, 2, 3. Obviously, price has swept, and then can you see how we kind of created a double bottom? So we made a low, high, lower high, failed to make a new lower low. So that's almost a failure swing. And what happened? We made a higher high. So already, that's the indication that what potentially price wants to start continuing higher. The only reason why I was even skeptical here was because of the SMA. We closed below it, so I was still kind of waiting for some sort of confirmation that price was gonna continue back up. So I drew a zone from here. I'm gonna make it green. So yeah, so I drew a zone from here, and then I actually wanted to enter at the 50% of this, because the SPS wasn't I can't really show you the SPS on the 1 minute here. It's better on the 15-second or 5-second. But if I can just try illustrate it, this will be my 1. That's my 2. This is my 3. Obviously, price swept, and then 5. So again, it's not the cleanest, so it's quite hard to show you because I ain't got the second chart on my trading view. I don't use trading view unless I'm marking out charts for you guys. But either way, you could use a 618, you know, whatever. And then this could have been your entry, where it stops below this zone here, and then you could aim for whatever. So again, I didn't get this entry. This is the entry that I wanted, but again, I was just a little bit skeptical if price actually wanted to push on higher, because we did have this area here. We did have this area here, so I was just like, you know, I'm a bit unsure if I should take this or if I should wait. So when I went back to the 5 minute, again, I haven't actually quite shown you guys this entry, so I don't really want to show you guys yet, because again, you guys are gonna take out proportion and think you guys can do whatever. But I'm gonna just use CSS for now, because it comes up to being similar anyways. So obviously, look, we kind of closed above our last bearish candle, came back down, tapped, and then price traded back out. So let's just say, because I entered somewhere like here, but let me just say you entered there, because again, I don't want you guys, I don't want to share the other entry yet. I'm still trying to perfect it, not perfect it, but refine it a little bit more, and just making sure that it's actually good enough for you guys to know. But yeah, I entered somewhere like here, because my 2R was below this 618 high. But either way, if you let price play out, we pushed up nicely, and then I got stopped out at a 1R somewhere here. So somewhere here I got stopped out, something like that. And obviously this is current price right now. But yeah, so I got stopped out at 1R, didn't lose any money, I made my money, and yeah, it was a good trade. Again, like we didn't have RSI, but if I go to my, oh, did we? No, we didn't. But if I go to my checklist, I don't think I have checklist on here. If I go to my, where's the checklist? Yeah, so if I go to my checklist, we had, actually no, let me not use this one. One sec, guys. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So, in terms of checklist, obviously market environment, price was bullish, or it looked like, oh, someone's at the door. One sec, guys. Yeah, so it looked like price was bullish, well, flipping bullish in terms of market environment. Um, I wouldn't say we was trading the pullback, or you could say the pullback happened, it tapped into something on its left, and then it caused a reaction for price to what continue to bounce back up. Obviously 220 SMA was price was above at the time. We had the unmitigated zone. I mean, yeah, we had the unmitigated origin zone. We had SBS. We had a high time frame zone. I'll just say 5 minutes. So yeah, you could say yeah. No imbalances. Trend line. That's also another thing. So you could say that price was respecting this trend line liquidity. Yeah, you could say that price was respecting that trend line liquidity. We don't quite have RSI divergence, and clearly price was in an area of a discount. Yes, you could have entered off the 618, and I believe you've already got your 1 to 1. Obviously the 1 to 6 you wouldn't be getting that right now. Obviously as price is still playing out. But yeah, this was a good trade, simple trade. Saw the setup, followed the setup. I know Stoic had something similar, but for him, he didn't enter like how I did. His one was like this, and then let's remove that. Move SMA for a hot second. Yeah, so his one was like this. It was just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His one was like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he had another one here, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, but this is high level stuff because I did not see that. I did not see that whatsoever. But look what happened. Price. I don't know where it would have probably entered. I don't know where it would have entered, but I think it entered there. I don't even think he entered, to be fair. And obviously you see that for yourself. Price shot straight up. But this is before my trading time. Either way, remember, you see the setup, you trade the setup, and these SPSs aren't perfect, but can you see how he's implemented 1, 2, 3, had the sweep, 5, bang, came from what? An area of origin, an area of support and resistance. So within all of this, once you train your eyes to see, like, things do become much more easier. It's just about focusing, taking the time and effort to actually learn and adopt the strategy, and overall you're gonna be alright. But yeah, I made my 1 hour trade. Obviously I was hoping for a 2 hour. I didn't get that. I'm upset. No, I live to trade another day. And then yeah, guys, so that's it from me today. Always remember, guys, victory belongs to the most tenacious. I hope to see you guys whenever I see you guys. Peace.